button. It works now. Okay, we're recording. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our team meeting. We're really excited that you're all here. We've got some today. We've got some people at Leah or Nicole's house. I don't know which one. Arkansas group. Give a shout out, Arkansas group. We want to hear you. Woohoo! They've got themselves on mute, but there's a big group of them. Hi. And then there's a lot of people at Team Kennedy's house. Say woo. Who else do we have on? Anyone else? I think that's all.
And then
well,
you guys should.
That's Abby.
got everyone here at Emily Cohen's house. Here's Emily. Say hi, Emily. Say hi, everyone. There's Leisha and Amy, and then the other Amy and Gretchen. Who else?
Jamie.
Jamie.
And we've got two brand new reps here.
Yes.
Fairly new.
Yeah, we've got a couple new reps.
We've got Susan, who's brand new, and Amy, who's fairly new. She's
Yep.
over there chit-chatting.
Yeah.
It's like when the teacher calls on you.
So we are really excited to have you all here today. And I think one of the main topics we wanted to go over with all of you and get questions and feedback from you all is conference, national conference. It's about 4 months away, which seems like a really long time, but a lot of you might need to start booking airline tickets, start saving for that event, and it's just super important. So we would love for all of you to be there, but we would love to get feedback from you, like questions and concerns. Does anyone have questions and concerns around national conference? Does everybody know where it's at? It's Kansas City, Missouri, and it's July 14th through the 16th. And there are events all day on those days. There's an event all day Friday, all day Saturday. Or wait, am I right? Yeah, all day Friday, all day Saturday, and half day Sunday. So you would need to maybe fly in on a Thursday night to be there Friday morning and leave on Sunday afternoon. Does anyone have any thoughts or questions? How many people know for sure right now that they're definitely coming? You can't see our group.
Yeah, you guys, it's like
Here. For heaven's sake.
I am.
So show of hands again. Who's coming to conference? I know everybody in Cincinnati is coming. Jacqueline's coming.
How about those Arkansas?
Arkansas girls. You all just going to sit in Arkansas? Okay, there you go. You're just going to be bored in Arkansas? We want you in Missouri. So, actually, can Arkansas people drive there? Is that like, can y'all drive? Oh, they're driving. Yeah, they're driving. Awesome. You get the cheap route. That's awesome.
Yay, she's driving. Speaking of driving.
There's a better way to get to know people and network and understand the nuts and bolts of Wild Tree, except for getting to conference. It's a big, fun, exciting event, and you'll just understand more of what you're doing and why you're doing it if you come. I feel like you can get the big picture and understand, why so many people are doing what they're doing and get different perspectives from other people. You'll just come back more energized and move your business forward. Anybody else have anything to say about that?
I would challenge people who has it written in their planner or in their calendar or their phone. And if you haven't, I highly encourage you to write it now so you don't accidentally book a weekend vacation or something like that. So definitely in your calendar. And as it draws closer, I think next month home office is going to open up and officially register. And we actually have some fun things planned for there. So I don't know if you were going to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We have a really fun incentive for all of you. It's called Segue into Success. And anyone can earn Segue into Success. Christina is on. Hi, Christina. You're on by phone. The Segue into Success is a challenge for all of you to earn a one-night free stay in Kansas City and earn an exclusive Segway tour of Kansas City, dinner and cocktails out, and a free hotel night stay. It's like a big slumber party the day conference ends. So that would be Sunday to Monday morning. And in order to earn that event, you need to have $14,000 in personal sales between now and conference. You need to have 8 recruits join your team, and you need to have 1 person on your team promote to team leader. And that might sound lofty to some of the reps or newer reps in the room, but it's really doable if you're just intentional about filling up your calendar and asking people to join your team. It's really all you have to do on a month-to-month basis. And then you get to get wined and dined the day after conference and hang out with a bunch of party people. So get excited about that. We'll also have some other fun things planned for the team. The Thursday night before conference, we usually plan to go out, have dinner, cocktails, and do something fun as a team as well. So get excited for conference. Yeah, what questions do you all have? All the Arkansas girls, I know you're on mute, but it's okay to come off mute and ask questions.
You guys have any more? I always take someone to every question first. You gotta ask them so everyone else can hear.
Yeah, come ask.
I'm just writing down the numbers.
No, she's asking if they have questions.
Oh, I'm like, I don't know.
Nobody has any questions. Like, you've got this. You're going to book, your calendar full. You're going to get 8 new people and promote out a leader. Like, no problem.
Is that good on?
Does anybody have any questions on how to get your calendar full so that you can maybe attempt to earn the Segue into Success event?
Yes, I have a question. How do you get your calendar full?
Okay, great question. Who here wants to help answer Nicole's question on how to get your calendar full?
Maria, I will say, this is Julie. I would say the Post-its are key. They are awesome and simple, and they work.
Okay, so Julie, tell us more about the Post-its. Not everyone is understanding what you mean by Post-its.
Well, I believe it was Mandy O'Halloran that I originally heard from it. And I think that you can do 6 in 6 weeks or 8 in 6 weeks. I think it depends on you. And I think it was initially promoted as a way to launch, but I've been a rep for 2.5 years and it's worked awesome for me without launches. What I did is my first 2 Post-its were my 2 fear spots, 2 places that I was always scared to ask, whether that be family or friends or your kid's class or preschool or whatever, mom's group. And then the next 4 were bookings from anything on my current calendar. And then my last 2 were bookings from those first 2 kind of fear spots is what I'm calling them. I mean, that was just something that I did. Those 2 are actually, if you're newer, those would be from your launches. The first 2 Post-its were launches. The next 4 were bookings. And then those could be from your calls. I think it can be from wherever you say they're going to be. But the important part is to put the Post-its up. If there's actually that, you don't even have to use the actual Post-its now. That great sheet. I don't know, Maria, where we got that. Was that the one that Tegan did?
I think Mandy and Jacqueline came up with that.
Mandy and Jacqueline. Okay. So that's a great sheet. That's what I have up. I think I posted it on Hardy's. My sheet with what I had written in, and it has helped. I really have booked 6 of my Post-its.
That's awesome. No, that's a really good point. For those of you that don't know, it's a sheet of paper that has 8 squares on it. And the squares are supposed to represent Post-it notes that you can move around on your calendar, the sticky Post-it notes. And basically, the first 2 parties are your own parties if you're newer. Or if you're not newer, there are 2 parties that you get from people that you're nervous to ask. You just go ahead and pull the Band-Aid off and ask them to have a party for you. And then the other 4 parties would come from your contact list of 100, or maybe you already have a few bookings on the calendar, so you could actually fill those squares in. And then the last 2 are bookings that you get from those parties. And that's a really good visual so that you can start filling in your Post-it notes and go, wow, oh my gosh. Over time, I suddenly have 8 that I'm looking forward to. And those usually need to fall in about an 8-week span, 6 to 8 week span of time. That's
Well, Maria, I also feel like when I had that open Post-it that I hadn't filled, when I went into my next party, I was determined to fill that spot. I think it motivates you going into your workshop to really keep your head where it needs to be and focus on what you're going into that party for.
Yep. Oh, there it is. Jacqueline's holding up the Post-it sheet. Yes, Julie, I totally agree. I think it helps get you more focused and a little bit more determined when you have a visual. And something like, okay, I need to fill all these spots. This is going to be my next party. Instead of just looking at a big blank calendar and going, nobody wants to have a party. Does that make sense? All the Arkansas people that ask that question, does that help?
Talk a little bit, Maria, too, about the recruiting reps.
About the what?
About the second part of the promotion, which is about having reps to promote.
Yes. So the second part of the promotion is to grab 8 people to join your team. And that's over the course of the next 4 months. So that would be about 2 people a month to join your team. And in order to do that, you just have to be very intentional about asking every single person that you run into. It could be some people from your contact list. It can be people that you meet at your parties. Asking them or sharing the business opportunity with them. Sharing what a great opportunity it is and why it might appeal to them. We were actually just having that conversation here today. Alicia, do you want to read that quote from Sonara about asking people to join your team and what you could say to people? I found a really good quote from Sonara.
Okay, I gotta pull it up though.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Yeah, but it doesn't, and a lot of people, when they're first asking people to join their team, they have a lot of fear around that. And the best way to get over the fear of asking people to join your team or to share the business opportunity with people is to rip the Band-Aid off and just start doing it and start practicing. Because it is scary because it's maybe new to you and it may be out of your comfort zone, but you love Wild Tree and you're excited about Wild Tree. So why can't the next 100 people you run into be excited to learn more and share Wild Tree? There's nothing wrong with them joining your team. It's actually a really good thing. It's a gift to share with people. So being unafraid you'll attract so many more people to join your team. But the only way to do that is to practice, really, I think, personally. Jacqueline Kennedy, you're on a roll. She already has 5 people bonus qualified for for Panama. So Jacqueline, tell us a little bit more about recruiting.
Well, Taylor's here. Taylor's one of my new recruits who's doing amazing. I think I've just had why is it echoing?
Because she's on at your house.
But she's muted. Okay. I just have really started making sure I'm sharing the opportunity with whoever I can, and not being scared to offer it up in so many different ways. I was actually talking to my sister, Christina, who's on the call too. And, if people are already at your parties and people already are loving Wild Tree, then why not help them understand that they could do this too? And if we don't ask them or share with them that they can do this with us, then they might never know. Even though I think so many people know that in this industry, this is how it works. You can sign up. But if you never ask, they may never say anything. And so I think with Taylor, she was at her 3rd or 4th even workshop by the time we came up with the idea that she should do this with us. So I'm just trying to share it with everybody, and proposing it too as such a little risk. For $50, you can sign up and give it a shot. And if you don't love it as much as I do in the next 3 or 4 or 5 months, then you go back to being an amazing customer. And that has been really working.
Mm-hmm. Well, and do you feel like you just share it openly, like amongst the group at your parties, or are you talking to people individually and having a meaningful conversation?
Both. So my demo has certainly incorporated multiple. I mean, I've always tried to incorporate it into my demo, but now I'm very intentional about sprinkling it in throughout my demo. And ending with, there are a few different ways that you can do this. You don't have to do it just like I'm doing it. What I'm doing does not have to be the way you would run your business or why you would join. But explain to people in my demo that there are many different reasons why you could and how you could join. And then I absolutely try to have a meaningful conversation with everybody before they leave the party or the event that I'm at, based on either what I've heard them talking about at the party or how they answer their customer survey also. So, yeah. And I've given them different options. I think Abby created the customer survey that gave like the reasons why you might want to join, the fun, the flexibility, community, freedom, and money. Financial, and I've really been using that to kind of guide my conversation with them. So both.
That's awesome.
And just not being scared about people saying no,
Right. Not taking it personally, because it has
not
nothing
taking
to
it
do.
personally.
It has 100% to do with them. They're actually flattered that you asked. Like, it's actually kind of like saying your outfit's really cute.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with that? So, Alicia's got a quote from Sonara that I think was impactful.
Okay, so actually this weekend, Marie and I were with Sonara, and she paraphrased this, and it just kind of struck me. It made me think about how I share my story, because I know at different conferences we've spent time talking about what is your story, making sure that you share that at your parties and workshops. But she actually put it in writing here. I don't think she intended to be verbatim, but I think it shares the essence of what I was trying to pick up from her. But she said it's like this: and this is me saying Sonara's words now, when I tell my story, I am careful to touch on the things that will resonate with people. They don't really care about the minor details. I want to touch on the things that make them say, I want that. So for me, I say Wild Tree is expanding and has huge growth potential projected over the next 10 years. We are looking for people who want a do-over on certain parts of life. Maybe that career isn't as fulfilling as you thought, or maybe you need more income to do the little things you really want in life. Personally, it's changed our life. The income is enough. My husband doesn't even have to work anymore. Now, obviously, everybody can't say that. This is a legit job with real pay on your schedule. And so I took away when she had a similar conversation, just saying how she shares the business opportunity at parties in person. I just took away that she wasn't, kind of like what Jacqueline said, she wasn't scared or nervous. She was just honest, saying, we have some big things coming, some huge growth in the next 10 years. I'm looking for people who want to join in. And then she kind of walks through those different pieces. Maybe, you want to do over life. And I think that applies to most people, no matter what stage of life you're in, whether you're a young mom and maybe you've been staying at home with your kids for a while, or maybe on the other spectrum, maybe your kids are older and you're thinking, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? Or something financially has changed in terms of your own personal job, your husband's job. So I think it hits people. You have to make sure it's inviting to people at whatever stage of life they're at. So those of you who've done some of the foundations training, I feel like it goes back to that framework that we learned, ready, not ready. And I always just remember that whether it's for booking or for joining your team, it just depends. You take yourself out of the equation. Some people are just not ready for that next step. That doesn't mean no, never. It just means no, not now. And that can change in a week. It might change in a month. It might change in a year. It might change in 5 years. But just always remembering that it's not about you. It's just about them and where they are and what they're ready for. So it's rarely no, not ever. It's just no, not now. And especially if we circle back to Nicole's request to talk about bookings, it's the same thing. You might ask me to book today. And I've just had too much going on in my life this week. I can't process that. But if you circle back around in 2 weeks, I might be in a different place where I'm like, you know what? I do need help with dinner. So yes, I do want to have a workshop or tasting. So, and the same goes with the business opportunity. I mean, you can all probably think of your own personal story. You probably didn't say yes to Wild Tree at the very first pass.
I did.
Some of you did, but not everybody.
Because I don't want it for you.
Oh, Jamie's joking. Jamie's here, and she said yes right away, and now she's laughing, saying it took her 4 years to say yes. And actually, we've got Susan here. I'm gonna pick on Susan. Susan's brand new. She actually is doing her first workshop on Wednesday. Her kits are on the way. She hasn't gotten them, but here, peek your head in. Say hello.
Hello.
This is Susan.
Hi.
I met Susan, we figured 7 or 8 years ago. Yes, I'm a Wild Tree dinosaur, but she has been a hostess on and off for 7 or 8 years. And she hosted in the fall and then again just in January. But over the course of 7 or 8 years, she kept saying no, no, no. But here she is. So that's your visual of never give up. So you never know when someone is ready. And someday you'll hear her story of why she's finally ready. And it's actually really fun. But we'll save that for another day. So, okay, who else has a burning question or a topic, something that they would love to get tips or advice on? Because this is all about you guys.
Yeah.
There's other people here.
I don't have questions.
But you can answer them.
Oh, did they ask another question? I'm sorry.
We need questions. Come on. Don't be shy. Amy, do you have one?
Susan, no?
You don't have to.
You have a lot of leaders at your fingertips, so you could get a lot of good feedback.
Tanisha, is that you? Do you have any questions?
I guess Dixie in general. Like over here. Come over. Okay. So I'm trying to get better at host coaching. And my question is, how often do you reach out to your hostess? Like, do you have like kind of a way, like, you're going to touch base with them 4 times, say them workshops in 3-4 weeks. Are you reaching out to them every week, every couple of days? I mean, how often are you talking and coaching them? You want to answer that?
I mean, I do probably every couple days. I mean, there's a nice tracker as well that's for a party. So you kind of like have a thing that you go across to like know when you send an invitation, and it goes all the way through like the 2 weeks after, and like putting them into your guest contacts and all that. But yeah, I would say every couple days I'm touching base. I think a rule, like if people are signing up, you text the hostess and say, oh my gosh, so-and-so just signed up and you're this far away from a free kid, or you have this amount you've spent so far, and just keeping the excitement, every couple of days, getting them excited and making sure that they are reaching out to people, reminding them that they need to personally text. I'll say, you have 8 maybes. These are the people you need to go and text personally and see why they're on the fence. And
if you go to the MRC and you type in the search bar, host coaching, there is a great video on it by Brooke Lewis that is very helpful. Okay. And I watch it often. Like I'll watch it like once a month just to kind of give a refresher. And it's available to everyone. So use that search bar in the MRC for anything you have questions about. And usually there's a great video out there about it. So, and that touches on everything about host coaching. Yeah. Just type in host coaching and it'll come up. Okay.
And I have a good thing. I had a little bit of an aha recently. I felt like I was doing a really good job host coaching. I was texting, emailing, touching base at least once a week, and then a couple weeks before the party, at least every 2 days, like Amy said. But I never, ever, ever called them. I never had a phone conversation to set up the expectations that I expected out of them when it came to getting people to their parties. I was just kind of doing it by text, and I feel like the communication was lost. And I never really got their vision for their party either. I never really understood if they really wanted the free kit, or if they really wanted to have girl time, or if they really wanted people to see their new kitchen, or why the heck they were really having a party in the first place. And ever since I started just having one quick 5-minute, no more than 5-minute conversation with them, it just completely changed my parties and my party attendance. My party attendance was staggering around 5 to 7 people, and I really wanted my party attendance to get towards like at least 8, if not 10 to 12 people. And that changed everything. When they understood that they should be asking people to come taste the food, try the food, they could split the kits, that I was going to be texting them every couple of days and they knew what I was going to do, then it just kind of cleared the air. And it wasn't like, oh my gosh, why is this Wild Tree rep texting me every 2 days to tell me about this party? Like, they already knew I was going to do that. I set everything up and the expectation was there. And the phone conversations are 5 minutes. And I usually catch people on their commute home from work. That seems to be the best time.
Like what time?
Well, everybody's commute home from work is different.
I know. Do you text them and say, can you talk?
Oh
right
yeah,
now?
I text them and say, when's a good time to chat for a quick 5 minutes about logistics on your party? Can I catch you on your commute home from work today? And they always have, and I haven't gotten one person to say, oh, I don't really want to do that. They always text back and they're like, yep, I'll be in the car at 5 o'clock. Yep, I'll be at the car at 4:30. Yep, I'll be at the car at 6 o'clock. And I just set my alarm on my phone and I call them right when they're in the car. And we get it done. So, and
I can second that. It works.
It's amazing. Who's that?
That was Abby.
Oh, Abby.
That was Abby. I said I started doing it too, and my cancellations have gone down dramatically. I only had one in the whole year so far. I think it really, really helps establish like what the expectations are so much, and they get more excited, so therefore they invite more, they do more. They're just a better host in general because you set that expectation so early. I mean, and it makes me more excited because I feel like I know them better. You become more comfortable walking into your workshops. I just think it just really sets the tone for a good turnout and a positive experience for everyone. I highly recommend the calling because I didn't call either, and it's been a game changer this year for me.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us what you say
Oh.
for expectations?
I feel like some of the expectations are just attendance at your party mainly. I let them know all the logistics, like all the kits are going to be shipped directly to you. They should be there, the day before the party. I'll say things about snacks and what kind of snacks we're going to serve at the party. I'll talk to them about the number of guests. How many people do they think that they could fit in their kitchen logistically or in their dining room? Are we going to split between dining room and kitchen? I start talking to them about what their house looks like because I usually don't even know what their house looks like. And then I kind of get a feel for if they're really wanting to make more meals, if they really want a fun girls' night, or if they really want their kit for free. I kind of get a sense of what they expect out of the party as well. And a lot of times I'll get a lot of enthusiastic hosts who are like, oh my gosh, I think I could fit like 15, 20 people in my house. What do you think? And I'm like, oh, that's exciting. That would be great. And how many people do you think we should invite in order to make that happen? And I just start I kind of do like a Q&A with them and just let them know that we really want, I always say to them, I've never had a hostess, I mean, this isn't really true, it's kind of a white lie, but I never had a hostess not get their kit for free. So these are the things we're going to need to do in order to make that happen. You're going to have to text your friends like 5 times each because they're going to keep forgetting to RSVP and they're going to keep forgetting to tell me which kit they want. So don't feel like you're nagging. They just totally forget by the end of the day. So I let them know sort of what I already know is going to happen. So that when it starts happening to them, they're like, oh yeah, Maria said that was going to happen. Or I'll say, you need to invite at least 40 people. And, right away, 50% of those people are going to say no. And you're going to feel really bad about that. But I'm here to tell you not to feel bad about that because it has nothing to do with you. They just literally opened their calendar and realized they couldn't make that day work. Here are some ideas on how to share Wild Tree with the people that can't make it. They can do a kit on their own, or they can order through the party link and tack on an order for do a little shopping. Does that make sense? You just gotta go through everything they're going to feel and expect and what's going to happen to them. And if you aren't really sure what's going to happen to them, then you haven't had enough parties of your own. I highly recommend having your own parties to hostess coach yourself. So you know what they're going through. Anybody else?
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Okay, I have one quick thing to say too. I'm moving so the echo hopefully stops. Carissa Perzo, who is like always tops in sales every month, with like $11,000 in personal volume every month, says that if there's one thing that she can do that day, it's hostess coaching. So she's really busy. She's pregnant with baby number 4 and has, 3 boys. So she's super, super busy. But she always finds time to do her hostess coaching. So if there's one thing that she has to get to each day, it's her hostess coaching. And she says that makes all the difference.
That's a woman who has like $8,000 in sales every month.
She's 11,000.
Or 11 or 12 or something. Yeah.
And another thing Carissa also said that she does, that stuck with me, was she follows up with the people. If you're doing a Facebook event and someone says, oh my gosh, I love these kind of parties, but I can't make it, she sends that person a private message and talks to them about Wild Tree, and she ends up either like getting a booking out of it, or getting a team member, or getting, at least buying a kit. Follow up with those people that say, I love this, but I can't come. I remember her saying that.
Mm-hmm. Does that help everyone? All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and sign off because it's a little after 12:30.
Next one is April 7th.
The next party, Wild Tree Party team meeting, is April 7th at noon. So please mark your calendars right now if you've got your calendar handy. April 7th at noon. And hopefully you can all get together again. That's a lot of fun seeing the big groups together. Noon Eastern time, sorry.
11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Noon Eastern, 11 Arkansas. I don't know, 8 o'clock West Coast. Wherever you are, it's noon Eastern time here. So, all right. Happy March. Bye.